good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope everyone night is going well. Hope everyone night is going well. Just want to jump on for a few moments to encourage those of you that's been in some toxic relationships so you can better understand that every relationship is not a perfect one, but we have to learn what is healthy and what is good, especially in days and times like this. I remember coming up, it was important for men to be a gentleman and a lady to be a lady. But now it's coming to the point that we don't even respect each other. So I want to basically talk about it just for a few moments to help you understand. Let me get straight to the point tonight. I want to be very brief just to encourage you before you go to bed tonight. To, if you are in a relationship with anyone, respect should be number one. Respect should be number one. A lot of times we mix, let me say it like this, we mix um, respect with disrespect, if I can say it like that. In some form, we think disrespect is respect, and that's a bad thing because you can't confuse the two. They're really, and you have to understand when you lose a respect for a person, love is out the window. Love is out the window. Uh, I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I love him, or I love her, but I don't respect her." It's impossible to love and don't have respect. And then you have to be willing sometime, if two can't get along, you have to love each other enough to want to see each other happy. I've seen it all the time that in relationships that's toxic, one believes that their love is greater than the other one, but you're not mature enough to separate the two because uh, in order to love me, you have to respect me. And one of the things I want to talk about just for a few moments, hurt people hurt other people. When a person is hurt and they jump out of a relationship that was toxic, what they do, they bring everything that was in the relationship before into the new relationship. And what they do, they go into comparison. And everything that was about the old relationship shifts into the new because now you want to stereotype the new person by watching everything that involved what was in the old relationship into the new relationship, not knowing that now you may be killing your future with someone that can be great for you. But what you don't realize is until you were healed for the previous relationship, it's hard to determine if the other person is good for you because you haven't really let go. So you bring baggage in, and you have to be able to dissect what is right for you. But if you never got over previous things in the old relationship, you automatically make this new relationship toxic. It's not all the time because of the other person. We tend to say issue, but if you look at the word issue and you divide it, it says is you. And I want to pause to help you understand you have to have right atmospheres in your life to find out where your maturity is. And one of the things, you can't take advice from hurting people. A lot of times you look around you and you find out there's others worse than you, all because you're looking at the fact that they got out of a previous relationship, but they're still walking around wounded because they haven't forgiven themselves or the person that they was in relationship previously, because they figured that when they broke up, that was the best thing that ever happened to them. And true enough, it could have been. But if they didn't learn from it and they get right into a relationship with the same thing that they brought to the table in the old relationship, what ends up happening is now they're hurt and they're getting ready to hurt someone else who doesn't deserve their hurt because they never got over what hurted them. So hurt people hurt other people. And you have to get to a place, because if you're not careful, you stay connected to hurting people. Next thing you know, you'll do the same thing. And hurt people hurt other people. Watch this, not knowing that they're doing it, because in their mind they feel that they're right. And the sad part about it is several people can tell them that they're wrong and they won't see it, only because they're still hurting. And I want to talk tonight about how to get over hurting people. And one of the things you have to learn to do, number one, you have to learn to separate from the thing that's been killing you. You have to learn to separate from the thing that has been killing you. A lot of times you have things in your life that kill you softly, not knowing, you have been ignorant of it, because what you have been thinking is healthy to ignore stop signs. I'm gonna say it again. What you've been thinking, it's healthy to for you to avoid head-on collisions. It's there to help you to avoid head-on collisions. Have you ever been so into a person that you don't even understand that they can be the death of you? Come on closer. Let's talk tonight. Let's be real about it. Have you ever looked at that person and you said these words? I know they have this, but with time, I can help them get past it. Ma'am, sir, when you see a stop sign, it is there to prevent you from crashing. A lot of times in life, we crash with our eyes open. We know that it's not good for us. We know there are things that would cause toxic in our life. We know there are things that would cause trauma in our life. We know there are things that would cause heartbreak in our life. But we continue, watch this, to deal with it. Or we do better. We continue to stay in them. There's some relationships that we are in that we should have broke up a long time ago. But because we think we can fix a person who's already broken and refuse to be fixed, and then we use the word "I love you." And can I say something to you? Love is not abuse. Love is not abuse. Love has respect. Love has freedom. If you are in a relationship and you feel bound, you need to ask yourself, is this relationship worth staying in? Then you have to ask yourself another question. Is this relationship worth saving? Then you have to ask yourself another question. Is this really a relationship? Because a lot of times in relationship, there can be only one person in the ship. And then you realize you've been standing outside all the time thinking that you're in a relationship. Most of the biggest arguments is misunderstanding, because no one really fails, or we fail to communicate appropriately. Tonight, I want you to take an assessment of any relationship that you're in. I want you to find out, are you equal in it? Is the person that you're in relationship is equal to you in the relationship? Do they put their best foot forward? Do they put their best in? Do they ever consider how important you are? Or do you consider how important they are? Because sometimes we can just fall apart. We can drift away. And tonight you need to find out, am I drifting? Am I in it by myself? And I can guarantee you, ma'am, sir, if you ask yourself these questions, you'll find yourself really reevaluating the relationship. So tonight I want to pause by saying, take another look and overcome hurting people. And the reason why it's entitled Overcome Hurting People, because a lot of times when we stay too long, things go wrong. When we stay with hurting people, we begin to hurt because we are connected to them. So you have to learn how to break the disconnection. Don't say things like, well, I don't want to stay in it. I don't want to be in it because if I leave them now, I'm not helping them. But you're not helping yourself to stay in it. If you really look at it, ma'am, sir, tonight, you're doing more harm being in it than being apart from it. So I just want you to think about it. Just think about it tonight. This is Apostle Brian Riley. I just want to share with you tonight. Your best days are ahead of you, and you need to start looking into the hills. I believe that this is a season where everybody's hurting. It is a time where people relationships is like up and down, up and down, up and down. I deal with it every day. Where I'm talking to someone and they just can't take it. And a lot of times it's not a man and a woman thing. Sometimes it's a friendship thing. You've been friends with somebody for years and you thought you knew them, and then they turn and you didn't understand what did they make the turn. Somewhere in life you missed the stop sign. You missed what was important, what was right in your face. And all I'm saying tonight is stop and take a look and see what kind of relationships that you are making. See, I want you to think. I want you to think. I want to say good night. I hope that this little few moments of encouragement will help you. If it is, please share, hit the button if you will, and we'll see you very soon. Have a good night, everyone.